in a row. So tune in, get hyped, cheer for NightForce, cheer for Powerhouse. It doesn't matter which one you cheer on behalf of. Cheer for a good game all around. And let's have an exciting set of matches here. Now, NightForce is going to be defending on Chalet to start off with. That means that Powerhouse will defend on Oregon when they go there for match number 2. The third match of the night could potentially be played on Border if we do need a tiebreaker. There's been a bevy of activity over the last 24 hours. Every single team except for I Can't Sleep has gotten in on the action since last night, with Tag and Bag, NightForce, Powerhouse, and Questionable all playing a variety of matches here. Dropsy R6, thank you so much for tuning in as well. As noted in the stream, there is a 180-second delay too, so we have a 3-minute delay there just to prevent any potential stream sniping. The first bomb site that NightForce is going to go for is in the basement here of Wine Cellar on Chalet, contested alongside the first floor of Kitchen and Trophy Room as the most popular. On defense, your composition for round number 1 will be an Echo, a Bandit, a Jaeger, a Mira, and a Doc. On attack, we see a Fuse pick for round number 1, as Trendy will bust him out alongside a Blackbeard, a Twitch, a Thatcher, and a Habana. Already strategic drone being saved, as they know exactly where they're going to need to push. A Twitch drone sitting just outside of the doors as Omega drops down his batteries, and we will watch as the attackers begin their push. All 5 will spawn over by the stairs and very quickly get to the site. We will see a defense here, and depending on where the mirror windows will go, Flick looks like he's going to be putting one down adjacent to the garage, and another one here inside of the jewelry case room, allowing Escobar to be able to peek out. Now, both Omega and Escobar are newer additions in terms of play. They did not play last night, so they will be coming in now as Psych played last night in place of both of them. Or in place of one of them, rather. The first set of Hibana charges will go down here. Will Omega be able to get that by Bandit tricking? He'll put the Bandit charge down. Will he pop the hatches? He will not. He's going to have to scramble now as they get in successfully. No Thatch or no Thermite, so this will be just one simple breach now for the Hibanas. You will see that Spark's Hibana charges do, of course, go off and give them a look inside of the site. Alpha took a bit of damage there. Roaming upstairs. All the rest sitting firmly on site. Tense, not on his yokai. I might have spoken too soon as he goes right back to work on that drone. Twitch drone will take a tiny bit of life out of Tense. And Alpha doing some camera work. He spots Fuse. Forgetting to take out the camera, not exactly a pro strat. Dropsy, R6, and Narco Invasion, thank you so much for tuning in. 90 seconds eclipsed in the round now. No casualties at the moment. I spoke too soon. AIM will eliminate Alpha from above. That will be the only roamer for NightForce down, and that will leave 4 for NightForce as the Powerhouse push will surely start. They do have that door open, and it looks like we will see a Fuse charge go off from Tryhard above. Unlikely that he will get anybody with it. You can see through the floor. The only one that would be close by would be Flick, but he should be protected. Omega will fall to AIM, and that'll be AIM's second kill so far of the match. Only 1 minute left. They do hear AIM working on that barbed wire by the stairs, and they will collapse on the site. Now, they realize that it will be a push on top of B. Tense spots one of the attackers and gets a couple shots off there. Unfortunately, unable to get that pick for him. AIM, the only one that has taken damage from Powerhouse, but they do have 40 seconds. Above him, the roof will blow. That'll prompt Tense to have to move. A hail of gunfire. Tense will take Flog out before Spark eliminates Tense. That is currently a 4-2 advantage for Powerhouse with 25 seconds left. Escobar and Flick, the only 2 that are remaining. You hear that powerful gun of AIM as he'll pick up kill number 3, this time on Flick, and Escobar will pick him, and unfortunately he will take his own teammate down and pull out the Deagle. That will be a 4K for AIM in round number 1, and Powerhouse taking the basement of Chalet in round number 1. Hello, No, thank you so much for tuning in. Also, JT, Thank you. It doesn't matter who you're cheering for, whether it's NightForce or whether it's Powerhouse. Please just be showing your support in the comments section. We want you to be able to cheer for those that you feel deserve to win. Now, with Powerhouse defending, they will go upstairs and try their hand at a kitchen trophy room defense. Aim, so comfortable on that pulse. Very likely that he's just going to play below the site. Likely with the shotgun as well. A rook, a bandit, a smoke, and a dock will round out the defenders. Just as we load in here, we'll let you know what the attackers had picked. With a buck, a thatcher, a sledge, a hibana, and a blackbeard. So no thermite so far, 2 rounds in. No Mira for Powerhouse's defense either. Lots of soft breaching power for the attacker. So NightForce is going to have that sledge and that buck to open up a lot of the floors from above or floors from below, depending on where they are pushing from. Spark would be the newest member of Powerhouse. She will be standing in for Decimation, who is not playing, and Arcanex's stand-in is Sizzle. Sizzle, one of the original members of the competitive team for Powerhouse, and predates most of the players on the team. So with Spark being the newest, a tryout of sorts, shall we say, eager to see how her performance is in this match. And Aim pulls out that heartbeat sensor. He'll take down 2 really quickly. A beastly play as he eliminates Alpha and Escobar, deleting them from all of time and space. And the NightForce now will have to pick up that diffuser. The question will be Omega be able to outpick Aim himself quite low after that tussle with Sledge? I don't know if Omega saw him running there, but as Spark goes to rotate back to the site, will get picked off by Blackbeard, or Tense's Blackbeard. That is a headshot. That is a lot of flash grenades that go off there. Tense is completely blind, peeking through the window of kitchen. Flick will open up the window by B, which Sizzle lies beneath. One minute left, and 1 casualty for Powerhouse, 2 for NightForce. Tense and Flick both looking on opposite sides of the window as they peer into Trophy. Tense will get dove on by Flog there, as he takes him down, and he'll toss out a smoke grenade, and that should surely kill him. It will indeed. That just leaves Omega and Flick for the attackers, and they have 1 minute and 40 left on the clock to successfully pull this off. You'll see an EMP going inside. That will give away his position, though. Sizzle just lies patiently by B. No reason to give yourself away. AR-33 being used by Omega on Thatcher is an interesting choice. Most would likely use that L-85. Flick finds his way, trying to push the garage. Will now come back here to trophy window with Omega. They might find themselves getting pinned down and needing a late round rush. If that is the case, that will favor the defenders as they try to run in through the windows. As the round comes down, the defense will have a much better job of covering those angles, providing that they are coordinated enough in their push. Flog sits by the trophy window. Aim looks from above. He can see. He can't see Omega, but we can. Pull out that heartbeat sensor. 9 meters is the draw distance, just out of sight of both Omega and Flick. 40 seconds left. Spark sits and waits and watches her team. Another smoke will go off here, perfectly timed. Only 1 more remote gas grenade for Smoke. And Aim will pick up another kill on Omega and leaving Flick all alone for NightForce. He'll have 20 seconds to try to push in. Unaware of where most of that defense is, he will need to grab the diffuser and make a push happen. He has a sea of barbed wire separating him from A and B, as well as that MP of Tryhard. As he peeks around the corner, he will drop Tryhard, but will he be able to get to the site in time? He has 5 seconds. He will get shot at by Flog, and all they need to do is let that clock hit 0, which it will do. Powerhouse will take round number 2 with a successful defense of kitchen and trophy room, and we will go back to NightForce's defense for round number 3. Great play so far since we are 2 rounds in. Aim right now, a Herculean effort for his team. Absolutely on fire to start off this game. 7-0-1 in 2 rounds is an absurd amount of kills. Tense and Flick, the only 2 for NightForce at the moment on the board, and Flog and Spark will round out Powerhouse's team. Sizzle, though, the only one that has managed to stay alive, taking that Bee Gees song, Staying Alive, to heart. Now, Kitchen and Trophy Room will be the play for NightForce. they weren't successful in their defense downstairs. They could have gone back to garage and wine cellar, but instead will try their hand upstairs and hope for a better defense this time around. They drop the Mira, and instead it will be rolling a Valkyrie, a Jaeger, a Blitz, a Smoke, and a Doc. Attacking composition is exactly the same. Twitch, Thatcher, Blackbeard, Fuse, and Hibana. That Fuse pick by Tryhard is a very unconventional pick, but he seems to have some success with it. And of course, with Fuse getting those flashbangs, or the smokes as well, it isn't exactly an unwise pick. Wouldn't really call Fuse in the meta, but I'm not the one that's up 2-0 right now. I don't get to make those calls.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds left.
E2 Delectric, thank you for tuning in. Charisma Kills, good to see you as well. And GXI Normus, thank you as well for watching. We're currently at 24 viewers. If you have not given us a follow, please do so. We should be doing a match tomorrow night involving Tag and Bag and I Can't Sleep. So this is just match number 1. The winner will move on to face, I believe the winner will face Questionable in this bracket, and Fatal will meet the winner of I Can't Sleep and Tag and Bag tomorrow. Now, it is a single elimination tournament. Flick will get harassed by Flog's Twitch drone and take 30 damage there. He does manage to get the drone. But Flog still has one more. Tryhard with that AK will take Tense down. That is kill number 1 of round number 3 and give Powerhouse a 5-4 advantage on numbers. You hear his first cluster charge go off, and 1 minute into the round. Right now, the attacker's a numbers advantage of 1.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers have recovered their
Flick, the only one that has taken damage of the remaining NightForce members, simply from that Twitch drone of Flog. And now Omega will take damage from the Twitch drone. Doesn't know where it is. The question is, did they manage to take the drone out? They did. $90 seconds left to play.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Hero, thank you so much for tuning in. Great to see you. Spark and Aim will take the bedroom upstairs along with Trendy. The only one that is upstairs at the moment is Alpha. They can hear the Hibana charges going down. He'll work that camera to try and see if any of them are peeking outside a bedroom. He'll need to get real cheeky with his peeks. 1 minute and 15 seconds left on the clock for them.
Located by attackers.
All quiet on the western front. Alpha trying to get an angle out the window here. As you can see, their push from above as they have now all taken bedroom, with the exception of Flog. Alpha works the cameras to try and spot that team, spot the opposing team. He will likely meet Aim in the hallway, though, and the real question is going to be, when will Alpha push out? Will he be able to get Aim from behind? He sees Spark, and he'll take her down, and now he'll try to push them as well. He will see the Blackbeard of Aim, though, and take significant damage. Omega will drop Flog before Aim takes Alpha out of the fight, and this is a 3-3 ball game with 30 seconds left. Aim will switch out his rifle shield, and Omega sustaining even more damage now downstairs. They will shoot through that hatch. He will see Aim, and Aim will pick up another kill. That will be his 9th before his run is ended by Flick, and that will leave Flick and Escobar with 15 seconds left. An absolutely frantic round now, as both Sizzle and Tryhard will need to get inside. Sizzle gets dropped, though, and Tryhard needs to find his way indoors, and he won't be able to do it. Escobar with a double kill to end the round. He'll take Tryhard down, and NightForce will win round number 3, their first here on Chalet, and we will go to Powerhouse's defense for round number 4. What fell apart on that round for Powerhouse? They were in good position. They were up 5-4. Spark went down, and then Omega grabbed another kill. Put Powerhouse down by 1. Aim answered by taking a kill out himself, putting them at 3-3. Where it fell apart is that you had those final 20 seconds to make a push. I spoke earlier 2 rounds ago that when you only have 20 seconds to make your push, the defense has locked down presumably where you're going to be coming from. You don't really know where the defenders are necessarily sitting. So when you drop that hatch or when you run around that corner, they're prepared for what's coming. You necessarily are not. We saw exactly that right here with both Sizzle and Tryhard trying to enter through that small window by Trophy. That's one of the deadliest choke points in this entire map. You have very little counterplay to that because they could be hiding around any number of walls depending on where the rotation holes are. They could be hiding on the ground, they could be prone, they could be watching around a corner. You have no idea. So when you come through that window, you totally visible. They are not. That's exactly what happened. Powerhouse simply waited too long, and NightForce punished them exactly as they should. Now, since they were successful upstairs, Powerhouse will now go downstairs. For the attackers, we finally see a Thermite emerge in round number 4 alongside a Hibana, a Sledge, a Thatcher, and a Buck.
5 seconds left before insertion.
No Ash so far. A Mira, a Bandit, a Jaeger, a Smoke, and a Rook as the last Rook armor will go down. Mirror placement here for Tryhard as he puts one down. Very similar positions to where we saw NightForce put them down as well in their first defense in round number 1. NightForce has already taken the large garage here, and they can see the reinforced walls not giving them a lot of play around that. They will need to get one of those walls out of action and crack open wine cellar for them to continue their push.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Now, based upon the layout right now of all of the attackers, it surely will be either a trench push or it will be a push from above. It does not look like they will tackle that main garage, or sorry, that secondary garage door head on. A Thatcher grenade will go down to take all the electronics down as Tense stands guard and watches that staircase just in case he gets pushed. Flog is in good position here should anybody try to push that direction. And Sizzle now will need to move as he is about to get thermited out by Tense. Flog will move as well over a minute or almost a minute and a half into the round, and so far nobody has fallen just yet, but Flick will open up the round by taking Sizzle down. He sees Flog, and a deadly one-shot will punish Smoke's peak. What an incredible shot by Flick there. That was absolutely perfect. And Powerhouse in a tough situation now. NightForce with a big advantage of 5-3. They have a minute and 10 seconds or a minute and 15 seconds for them to make their push. Tryhard will grab Tense, though, and that will be good for the Powerhouse team. Drones still going away, providing the team NightForce information on where they need to push. Aim sits and waits and hopes that Alpha will push his way. Tryhard will grab Omega. That'll be a second kill of this round. And Flick will need to get the plant off. He currently holds the diffuser. Aim will eliminate Alpha from above, and that will be now an advantage to Powerhouse as both Flick and Escobar will remain. They were the remaining two last time around. Escobar will take Aim out, and that will leave just Spark and Tryhard, as Spark above will need to push down to sight. Flick begins to plant. The real question is, can he see her, or can he see him? The Hibana, he cannot. He does spy Flick, though, as Hibana runs past, and Escobar all the way at the end of the hallway there. The real question is Escobar going to be able to dive up and get that pick on Tryhard. Looks for the anti-flank, shoots the Jaeger body, doesn't get anything, and as Spark pushes him, Spark will take him down, and Tryhard dropping to Flick. That will leave a one-on-one between Flick and Spark. Spark does see Flick and will take him down. Great shooting by her, and now it's just up to her to break that diffuser. She should be able to do it. Plenty of time on the clock, and by a score of 3-1, Powerhouse will move within 2 of winning this match, and we go on to round number 5 with NightForce taking defense in this round. Heading into the 5th round here as NightForce does go to defense, both Flick and Aim ensuring that their teams are competing as best they can. Sizzle still without a kill, the only one in the game that has not gotten one just yet. Flog a slow start alongside Alpha and Omega, all of which have 1 kill. I'd just like to give a strong shout out to everybody who's watching, be they members of Tag and Bag, I Can't Sleep, Questionable, Fatal, Powerhouse, or other members of NightForce. It's great to have you here. We are looking forward to your match tomorrow evening. Either myself or Bubba will be casting it depending upon who is online. I'm excited to see how this shakes out. Both Fatal and Questionable will have at least a day's rest before they face the winners of these 2 matches both tonight and tomorrow. Surely they'll be boning up on their strategies and scrimming with anyone they can, and ensuring that they are at peak performance levels. Powerhouse has played the exact same composition on every attacking round thus far. It worked on the first attack, failed on the second. We'll see how it does on the third. If they win this round, they will be within 1 of taking the match. If they lose, this game tightens and we will continue onwards.
5 seconds left.
I see Vibes here as well as Chad the Dude for the first time in the Hero of Canton, all of whom are people that have participated in various matches for this tournament or have participated in in-house matches for Powerhouse. So great to see you all. Thank you so much for tuning into the Siege Contender Series. It looks like the push will be towards B on the main garage here. Flick doing a bit more remodeling inside. Some breathing holes there for his team. Bandit tricking from Omega is going to happen now as they try to get their way in, and he will get those Hibana charges. Good job for him. Successful this time around. Trying to get the next set of X-Kairos pellets from Spark as he sits and waits. Only one set left. So they will not be able to get in there unless they crawl in, so they will have to change their strategy up. That is a sigh of relief for NightForce as Omega does his job quite well and keeps the attackers from breaching through that garage. A pesky little Claymore goes through that drone hole there, hoping that they'll catch him when he goes to move, but he does see those red targeted laser sights and he will shoot the Claymore. Now, because of Omega's plays as Bandit, he's now successfully killed about 90 seconds a time in this round. Spark will see Alpha Tense, prompting Tense to have to run for his life. He will move inside of Bar from above and knows exactly where he is. We'll try to open up a wall here, and this will put Tense under pressure from 2 separate angles. He does see Flog. Will he be able to get the kill on him? They trade. Both Flog and Tense will go down just inside of the kitchen. Hell's Kitchen in there. Am I right? Calls going out from both teams that they're both down. They can see one another, and Trendy will get their first tryhard, picking Flog up and eliminating Tense. Has nothing to worry about as no members of NightForce will push them. Smart idea as they have 55 seconds left to defend. And all they need to do is just stay and hold their position. Now Powerhouse will take hold of Bar, and AIM will push the trench from above. Both hatches will blow at the same time as you hear the first fuse charge go off. The second fuse charge will go down, and those pucks will bounce. It will force Omega into the corner by the garage door as he gets shot from the hatch above. AIM takes some severe damage here as the first smoke of Flick will go down, and he drops Spark while his smoke grenade is going off. They will try to deny that push there as a completely blind Smoke sits in the open. He sees AIM, but not strong enough. That Blackbeard shield so powerful. AIM will eliminate Omega as well. This has basically been the AIM show from Powerhouse. Alpha sits and waits and watches from the back as Escobar tries to pressure Flog. Tryhard does have the planter. The diffuser. He is planting. That will leave just Alpha remaining as this smoke goes down. And with this time running out, he knows the diffuser is down. He will get flashed and they will pressure Alpha. The question is, will they be able to get him? Sizzle from above will try to look through that hole and find exactly where Mira is. They have found him though. The mirror window will go down, and Alpha will push Tryhard as he reloads in the corner. That'll be a kill for Alpha. Big for him. He has about half the time on the defender. He sees AIM as well, and this is a nutty play, but Sizzle will end his rampage at 2, and Powerhouse will take round number 5 and put themselves within 1 round of winning the first match here on Chalet, as Powerhouse just needs to win their next defense, and that will be it for game number 1. NightForce being pushed towards the brink of elimination in this match. Yes, JT, I am indeed drinking a beer. Tonight it is Sweetgrass's Brewing Co.'s Golden Ale. Brewed in Hamilton, Ontario, in case anybody is wondering. I'm proudly Canadian, and I like to cast with at least 1 beverage while these games go on, just because who doesn't like to relax? Now Escobar will pull out Fuse, seeing how successful it was, and we will see our first Ash pick of the match as well. As Powerhouse will go to Kitchen and Trophy Room. They were successful on it when they defended it the first time around, and they are hoping to see that success a second time so they can win this match. No pulse for AIM, though. Now, keep in mind this was the round where AIM got a nice 4K on the match. All but 1 kill. Denied the ace by his teammate. And as you can see, the defensive composition is a very safe Valkyrie, Smoke, Rook, Bandit, and Jaeger. Not running a Mira again. On attack, we see an Ash, a Fuse, a Hibana, a Blackbeard, and a Buck.
10 seconds left.
Tiki Slayer 12 and Exotic Theory. Also the first time I'm seeing your name, so I just wanted to say hello to you as well, and thank you for tuning in.
Recover the bomb diffuser. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb.
Hopefully some of I Can't Sleep is also watching. I know that they are insomniacs. It's not quite late enough just yet. It is 12:22 here. While the attackers do make their way to the building, let's take a look at what the defense has done. They've solidified themselves here inside of B with both Flog and Tryhard there. Tryhard is sitting where Sizzle sat last time, but Flog staying in the exact same position with the exact same loadout as round number 2 for them. AIM sits and guards by the window, just on top of an ADS Spark in kitchen. The only question mark is, where is Sizzle? Sizzle sitting above with that door open, watching the cams and probably hoping for a run out at some point. 50 seconds in and no action thus far. Teams just still plotting their advance. This push is so important for NightForce. If they lose 1 or 2 in the early onset, that momentum might be too much for them to come back from. Crazier things have, of course, happened. A safe bet is to get that first bit, get your confidence and groove up there, knock the defenders on their heels, and then exploit that by pushing quickly and, with good coordination, punishing them. Guru 1991 also tuning in. Thank you so much. Sizzle will take Flick down above, and that will be a drop for him. He will eliminate Flick, and Escobar kills himself with his own fused cluster charge. That is not ideal for NightForce. Omega will peek Sizzle, and Sizzle will take Alpha down. This has been really big for him. He went into this round with 0 kills and will now pick up 3. He's going to try to out-peek that Blackbeard. He sees the shield and wisely decides to peel off. Tense will now push him from the stairs, and Sizzle will need to run down as Omega sits and waits up top. Master bedroom. Only 2 left for NightForce. This is a must-win for them, or they will move to the second map of Oregon, down by 1. You can hear the SMG-11 of smoke going off. They now grab the diffuser, and they only have 35 seconds. They're going to try to open up that panel from above now, as they'll be able to see above, and Omega will do just that. He'll flush Flog out. That will be huge to take the smoke out of play with 25 seconds left. That is no gas grenades for them to be able to choke those defenders out. Now, with Tense having that diffuser, he will need to push the site, but he's crawling up. Powerhouse playing so patiently and just waiting to hold those angles. Tense will drop, and Omega pushes Spark. They will use a coordinated strike on her and drop her. AIM pushes Blackbeard, and as Blackbeard pops up, he'll drop AIM. This is a 2-2 fight now, as Sizzle will take Tense out and pick up another kill. That will be an ace to finish the round. What a play by Sizzle, as he gets all 5 kills to give Powerhouse the win, coming up big when his team needs it. 5 kills for Sizzle in that round. Powerhouse, by a score of 5-1, will take map number 1 on Chalet. Here's the scoreboard for you. We will move to Oregon as map number 2. Flick being the top fragger on his team with 7 kills. The rest an even spread of 3-4. And like I said, AIM starting very strong, and Sizzle closing it out with 5 kills in the final round. Just inquiring as to whether there will be a break here or not. Just inquiring to see if we're going to be swapping sides or if there's any breaks needed. At the moment, they are saying no, that they are good. Oregon will be map number 2. The way this works is there is a loser's bracket. There is technically a 2 elimination tourney. Both teams are ready, so we are going to be starting here now. Game number 2 on Oregon. Get ready. Hold on to your butts as the Siege Contender Series playoffs continues in match number 2 on Oregon. Number 3 rated Powerhouse squaring off against number 6 NightForce by a score of 5-1 on Chalet. Powerhouse took round number 1. Both Powerhouse and NightForce have agreed to let NightForce defend again. Now, typically what you'd see is one team would defend on the first map and then they would attack first on the second map, but neither team is really carrying that much. So as you can see here, NightForce will be defending again. They will go downstairs to laundry room and supply room, or get another one of those maps where a lot of teams will argue over what they feel is the safer site to defend. You can either go laundry room and supply room in the basement, or you can go upstairs to dorms and bedrooms. I particularly find it much harder to attack dorms and bedrooms myself. I find it's much easier to defend, and it's a hassle to get a good coordinated push there just because of the areas that you can defend and the areas you can peek out. In the basement, there's a lot of breaching power from above, and you can get in through a number of different walls and push from both sides. That's just my opinion, though. Clearly, NightForce thinking that they are much better on basement, either that or they are better on above and want to get their worst of the two out of the way to start off with. Flog working that Twitch. He gets a camera from above, as you can see. Both Escobar and Omega just sitting, waiting, watching. On defense, we will see a Mira, a Doc, a Jaeger, a Smoke, and a Mute. That's the first time we are seeing a Mute in these two matches. On attack, virtually a mirror composition, except instead of a Fuse, Tryhard will be running an Ash, and Sizzle will be running a Sledge in place of a Thatcher. Both teams with an abundance of strategies and practice on Oregon. STGX Native, great to see you as well as Mizu Fall. I didn't know if you were paying attention, but it's great to see you all here.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Yesterday, the only match that was played on Oregon yesterday was between Tag and Bag and Powerhouse actually won that by a score of 5-0. They have, I know from my experience that they have done a lot of plotting on this map and feel relatively confident in their play. Obviously, the team is going into this hoping that they will be successful in their defense and they will eliminate NightForce, move them to the loser's bracket, and they will go on to face Questionable. We'll see. Of course, NightForce could win this and then come back and win Border as well. That's surely what they are hoping.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
A push from both angles. Aim and Flick just daring the first to peek. He's trying to juggle to see if he can actually see somebody there. He can see the foot of Aim, and will let his teammates know that Aim is waiting. Blackbeard's shield not as effective when you are feet first, so you want to make sure that shield is out in front of you. Flog's drone will get the heck out of dodge there. Those mute jammers giving him a little bit of difficulty. We see with 1 minute and 20 seconds into the round, still no major push from the attackers. This is exactly what happened in the third round of NightForce versus Powerhouse. Powerhouse took their sweet time, and unfortunately, it cost them as their push came way too late. Their patience turned, or their hesitation rather, worked against them, and NightForce was able to clean up as Powerhouse made their push. So we might see the exact same thing happen here that we saw in round number 1.
Bomb located by attackers.
Not running a Thatcher was a huge mistake, though, for them, because they can't get that hatch from above because of the mute jammer being elevated on top of the table and the laundry basket. Escobar trying desperately to take care of Sizzle's drone as he gets droned out. Tryhard will pick up kill number 1 on Omega. That will give some more breathing room to the attackers, and Blackbeard lighting Escobar up. Knows that he is pinned down in that room. Doc able to heal himself, but keep in mind that Stim Pistol does make noise. So if he does it, it will give Aim a notification as to where he is in that room. Sizzle sits on the other side, and they're going to hope to flush him out from both angles. Instead, Aim will draw out Tense, and you can see Escobar run in. Aim will pick up a third kill, and Flick dropping Aim. Flick not really being rewarded. He'll see Spark, though, and take him down. That's Diffuser down as he sits in the corner before Tryhard dives through that hatch and takes him down. And this reign of terror from Powerhouse will continue as they take round number 1 here on Oregon on attack, and they will move to defense on round number 2. I just wanted to say we are currently sitting at 31 viewers. That is by far and away the highest that we have ever seen. I wanted to hit 20 tonight because I think the previous record was 18. I wanted to hit 20 tonight. We have far exceeded that. We are at 32. So if you are just tuning in and you want to give us a host, or you want to post about it in your Discord, or you want to tell your friends, please do so. The Siege Contender series is still in its first season. We would love to see continued growth and enthusiasm from the Rainbow Six community. Give us a shout out if you want to. So laundry room and supply room, though, will be the defense for Powerhouse here on round number 2. Their composition will include a Pulse as AIM's favorite pick. He typically will main both Jaeger and Pulse because he is a 3-speed operator superstar. For the rest of the team, some 3 speeds, or from 3 defense in both Tryhard's Mira and Spark's Rook. Flog will be playing Smoke, as he loves to do, and Sizzle running a Valkyrie. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that technically both Spark and Sizzle are fills. They don't typically play on the Powerhouse team. They are filling in for myself, Decimation, Arcanix, or Fusion, or Coquito, depending on who are available. Due to crazy schedules, the roster usually floats at around 8 to 9 players.
5 seconds left.
On attack, you do see that Alpha is running that Buck, which he runs in almost every single game. Tense favoring Ash with a Thatcher, a Sledge, and a Hibana rounding out their composition. Zulu, I see you tuning in as well. Good to see you too. Great to have you here. Make sure to cheer on your team. One Valk cam will fall there, thanks to Flick spying it, and Valk will just sit and wait by that open doorway.
Drone's ready.
The front door will open up just beside the white van for the shooting of Omega. You hear a C4 go out there, unsuccessful for them as Sizzle misses his nitro cell. He will move from the top of Watchtower to the basement. We are 10 seconds in and he will spray at absolutely nothing. AIM does recon work for his team. We did not take a look at the defense's position, so while we just have this silence here, you can see that the only roamer at the moment is AIM. The rest hunkered down on site, watching a variety of different angles. Sizzle will now push out as Omega's drone gets safely up the stairs of A. Tryhard watching the back alongside Spark, both Flog and Sizzle watching the other angle. So you have all entrances covered from the basement. The only question is going to be how long will it take NightForce to eliminate them. AIM will get spotted through that connector in the attic, and Alpha with the under key, or with the, I suppose, technically a skeleton key. He will do some damage through that wall and then eliminate AIM with his C8. 1 minute and a half into the round, and we have only seen one member of either team get spotted. That, of course, being AIM. That means no roamers right now for Powerhouse. Great job for NightForce, who will now be able to push unabated and look to make a successful diffuser go down on the bombs.
Drone spinning. Drone deployed. Drone is ready.
Swapping bags.
A lot of thinking from NightForce. You can see it now as they are trying to get all of their ducks in a row. Omega takes some significant damage from Flog as he tries to push through the hatch upstairs, and we only have 35 seconds. There might not be a defuse. This might just be a jump in and get killed or die trying type scenario. 30 seconds now. Flick will eliminate Tryhard, and that will put them up by 2 as Flick will get another kill this time on Spark. Huge round from him so far. Flog will get spotted, and that will leave Sizzle, who will die as well, and I don't think there was a single fatality for NightForce. There was not. A flawless round from them. Excellent job as they win round number 2, and it will draw it even at 1 apiece here on Oregon. Great push from NightForce, excellent patience, and they made the best of their timing. A coordinated and strong push put the defenders into a panic, and NightForce taking full advantage of it. Interesting to see that NightForce will move now upstairs to kids' dorms and dorms main hall. They did not defend the basement successfully. That means that they can still go back to laundry and supply room if they really want to. But as you can tell, they're going to gamble upstairs and hope that their defense there was better than round number 1. They're going to be bringing along a Jaeger, a Bandit, a Valk, a Smoke, and a Mira. Very similar to their first round. On attack, we're going to see the exact same thing, except we see a Twitch get picked here. So we have an Ash, a Hibana, a Twitch, a Sledge, and a Blackbeard. Or sorry, the Twitch pick is exactly the same. No Thatcher this time around, because I'm assuming they don't think they're going to go into the basement. We'll see how the defense is shaping up. I want to see where they put the mirror windows. They're almost certainly put one on this wall where Escobar is standing right now. The real question is, where are they going to put their second one? They could put one in attic here. They could even double mirror it. They could put a mirror hatch here, but they've already blown that wall out. I'm sure they've got something in mind. Good chance that this isn't the first time that they are running this strategy. Josh4445 said, is there going to be another game after this? This is the only game of the evening. Tomorrow's game will be against Tag and Bag and I Can't Sleep. So that will be the match for them. Either myself or Bubba will be casting it, but this is the only match for tonight.
Position device.
Sizzle works his drone for for Powerhouse. He'll drone out Alpha as Alpha scampers away, taking just a tiny bit of damage through that window in small tower. He'll now push through kitchen and look to potentially get to main lobby. You can see from the silhouettes in blue that the attackers stand by that main door. If he gets caught out in the open at the wrong time, that'll be it for him. That shock drone of Flog does not last very long as Alpha sees it. Alpha now moves back to small tower before he collapses onto site. At the top of Armory sits Tense. Flick just watching the Valk cams and Escobar guarding that mirror window. Now, this site used to be a very strong push for both Monty and Glaz. Very easy for them to just get that window open, pop a Monty through, have Glaz defend from afar, and have somebody else jump in and plant. Escobar is traveling through time here and space as he moves through that glitched wall. It's a bit disorienting, so we'll move towards somebody else's perspective. Spark opening that window up behind her will need to ensure that there is no anti-flank. Very common for a defender to push up into that small tower and take out the attackers with their backs exposed. LW, Flatline, Zulu all answered it for you better than I did, so. Kill number 1 is going to go to Tryhard. He rounded out the round. And round number 1, Omega will take Tryhard down immediately, though. You can hear that Valk gun, that Valk SMG still going off of Omega. We're at 4 apiece with 44 seconds remaining. Aim will drop Escobar, and that C4 will go through the wall. Sizzle will move, and instead he will stay alive rather than being claimed a victim of the nitro cell of Valkyrie. That will leave Flick, Alpha, and Omega for the defense. As 30 seconds will need to come by, Aim will pick up yet another kill, this time dropping Flick. That'll be his second. Flog eliminates Omega, and Alpha will be the only one left. Will he outpeak the Blackbeard? He sees Aim, but before he can take Aim down, Sizzle claiming his first victim of the round, and Powerhouse will take round number 3 upstairs on kids' dorms. Just the scoreboard for you as we head into round number 4. Flick doing a tremendous job for his team, as we have seen him do so consistently. Aim and Tryhard now carrying the workload for Powerhouse. Aim, of course, top fragger last time around. Sizzle got a slow start, but finished the game with an ace. They need to see big things out of both Flog and Spark if they want their team to pull ahead of NightForce. As for NightForce, Escobar and Tense, currently a little cold. They're going to need to find their way out of the wilderness and onto our score sheet here if NightForce wants to prevent themselves from being eliminated and push a third match on border.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
They were unsuccessful their first time around on defense down here, but you will see that they will now go back to the basement rather than risk going upstairs. That's a bold strategy. I'm not sure if they've been able to speak of what they felt went wrong with that push, but clearly they think something this time around is going to work. A very similar composition Bandit, Smoke, Rook, Mira, and a Pulse of AIM, who's going to be running the shotgun yet again. Omega will bust out the Fuse alongside a Hibana and Ash, a Buck, and a Blackbeard. I don't actually think I've seen Alpha play anything other than Buck on attack. I know he loves that Jaeger on defense. But on attack, it's always that Buck with that beautiful Canadian flag skin. Canada celebrating its 150th anniversary this year. Canada 150. What a time to be alive. We did not get a good look at what the defenders were doing. They have blown this wall open here to allow for smokes to go out through it. As you can tell, no idea what happened with that. For a moment there, I lost myself. Have not reinforced these back walls here, but they've gotten every hatch above. No mute for them, so they don't need to worry about a Thatcher to get through that hatch. Thatcher's seeing less and less play recently, as teams figure out a way to move around the Thatcher pick.
Detonating.
We hear a C4 of Pulse go off, and it will miss completely. That's a total whiff. He sits above Meeting Hall, just inside of Attic. He'll look to create a little hole for him to crawl through. It's a lot harder than it looks, as he will get punished for that play. Tense will eliminate him through that hole. That must be very frustrating. If I was AIM, I would be absolutely furious with myself, instead of just dropping down to Meeting Hall, where you can see that there is at least another defender, so he could have gotten to safety there, even though now Tense will push into Meeting Hall. They flushed AIM out both times very quickly in the round, and you can see that Tense will drop Spark. That is Tense's second kill, a big round from him. As I'd said earlier, that's exactly what they're going to need for NightForce to remain competitive. With 90 seconds left in round number 4, NightForce has a 5-3 numbers advantage, and will look to use that to their advantage here as they all begin their push on the hatches above. You can hear both the hatches in Meeting Hall getting hit by that Hibana X Kairos pellets, and that will open up all the hatches for them, give them a lot of room to breathe. And it's all on Powerhouse now to repel the defenders. Lots of shots at that Mira, and Tense sees Flog through that. Unbelievable that he was able to make that shot. We will see a remote gas grenade go down. That will hit Tense, and stuck in the barbed wire will cost him half of his health as he tries to get away.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Blackbeard, you can hear still the audio cues of getting hit by that. He'll work to get those barbed wires out of the way. Flog will get another, this time on Tense. Won't actually do any damage to him, but a smoke will go down from Omega. They'll spray through that wall. You see that sliver of health that Flog has. He is just a light gust of wind away, as I say, from certain death. Just waiting for them to drop that hatch as another smoke goes down. He does have a good opportunity to see it. They will get that off, and he sees Omega planting. He can't get there in time. Tense will pick up kill number 3 of the round for him, and they will successfully get that diffuser off. Now Alpha lies underneath as Tryhard tries to peek around. He looks the wrong way as once again all of NightForce stands alive. Sizzle, though, with a triple kill. What an unbelievable run this is. He will get pushed before he waits for Alpha and Tense. Will he be able to get Alpha? He won't. He looks and then looks away. Great play by Alpha on what was surely a bit of a hairy play for them. They will draw even at 2 apiece now as a big round by NightForce. Sizzle trying his best to equalize it, but not enough. He would have needed another ace in order to win that round. Doesn't get it, and NightForce will take the round. They will move to round number 5, all tied up. Arcanix tuning in for the first time as well. Good to see you. Thank you for your viewership. The good Canadian and Alpha as he apologizes for something he did not do wrong.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
We are going to see an endless spam here now, as I don't think any team has successfully defended. I'm pretty certain every single team has won on attack, so it's really going to come down to whichever team is able to defend better first is going to end up winning this. Tense takes 3 shots to take down AIM's drone as they will look to go to the basement. Unsuccessful in their first defense down here. Unsuccessful in their defense upstairs as well. Powerhouse has lost both of their defensive rounds as well. Didn't mean to do that, and you can see that he needs to pick that smoke canister up. Sizzle has now joined the 4-kill club for Powerhouse as it sits 4-4-1-0. Spark still ice cold, and Escobar joining Spark with the only 2 that so far have yet to get to single kill. Omega and Alpha with 2 apiece. Flick, the top fragger in the game at the moment, highest score as well for NightForce. See Omega going above. He will wait upstairs in the attic in that bridge between the kids' bedroom in the dorms and the large tower. We are 30 seconds now into the round as the attackers make their way inside of the building. Omega banditing upstairs. Now with those bandit charges going, they should be able to see him. The wall will get blown behind him, and he is completely oblivious as both he and Alpha will now try to scamper. Aim will be by himself, and you can see that Omega will drop Alpha looking to do the same. Tryhard will take Omega down and grab Alpha as well. Just flushes them out, and like rats scurrying from a fire. Down the stairs from a fire. Eliminated by Tryhard. A beautiful flush by Powerhouse there, and NightForce falls right into that. That will put NightForce on their heels as with 1 minute and 40 seconds to go, tons of time for Powerhouse to make a push here. Tense waiting with those remote gas grenades. Powerhouse unable to capitalize on those flashes as Mira unable to see at all, but the Twitch drone of Flog will take out both of those Miras. Aim will get shot through the hatch from Tense, and he will try to crawl to safety and get picked up by his team. Tense now, unfortunately, unable to keep his gas canisters in his pouch. Keeps throwing them on the ground. And the first gas grenade will go off with a minute in. Aim still needing to get picked up. He will by Spark. It's a nice loving touch from his teammate. And Powerhouse is slowly running out of time. 45 seconds. Flog will pick up Tense. Right now, not a single member of Powerhouse been eliminated. It's just Flick and Escobar. Tryhard shooting from below. As you see, no more gas grenades with smoke obviously taken out of the fight. Flick still waiting, no C4 for him. And Doc with all 3 stim pistols will give his team a bit more sustain. Flick will dive down after getting hit from the hatch above. They will both get droned out though by Sizzle as you see Flog inching ever closer. Mira and Spark will meet as Flick looks to get the best of her and Flog eliminates Escobar. That will cause Spark to move and leave just Flick alive. Flick will try to dive out, will take down Tryhard and then grab Aim as well. That Vector so quick. That is an amazing triple kill from Flick, but they still get the diffuser down. He will now have to work his way through both Sizzle and Spark. Will need an ace here to clutch the round for his team. As he gets around the corner, he sees Spark, but Spark will pick up her first kill of the game. A big one, taking Flick out of the fight after an insane triple kill. Put Powerhouse up 3-2. Because Reasons asks, why did the smoke waste his smokes before the plant was even going down? Because Reasons. I think your name does an adequate job of explaining an answer to that question. Powerhouse moving to defense. They will go upstairs to kids' dorms and dorms main hall for the first time in this match. They tried downstairs both times, unsuccessful in their defense, and what has been a trend so far, the attackers have won every single round here on Oregon. If that trend continues, we will surely go to overtime, and then it will just be a matter of who defends once and who defends twice. But if one of the attackers falter for even one round, this game will be over and in favor of that one defensive win for either team. For the defense, a Doc will come out in place of a Pulse as we see Aim rotate to Jaeger. Alongside them, we'll see a Smoke, a Bandit, and a Rook. Rotation holes will go up an attic, and we see a heavy amount of barbed wire going down. Of course, Bandit must run those 3 barbed wires, the only operator that gets an extra barbed wire, so it's always smart for them to do that. And as you can see, taking full advantage of that. Tons of barbed wire in that corner there. No Ash for the attackers this time. Tense will instead run a Blackbeard. Alpha favoring that Buck as he always does. And then a Sledge, a Thatcher, and a Hibana. Haven't seen a lot of Thermite plays so far. Jackal has not come out at all as well. And no Kappa Tau. 2. No IQ. No Blitz, no Glaz, and no Monty either. Alpha has already made his way into the top of Tall Tower. None of the defenders remotely close to him, though he will see that barricaded wall. Escobar beneath him. Teammates in good position. He flushes it out and then now will repel his way outside. Tryhard will pick up a kill inside of Addict on Omega. That will start it off. Tryhard now with 3 kills to start off 3 separate rounds. Tense sees that shotgun hole of Flog, and he's going to wait to see Flog push it for even half a second. That's all it takes with that MK17. Of course, that gun hits like a mule to the chest. Alpha will spray through a window there, and both of them will be able to push. Tense and Spark will exchange gunfire there, both of them taking heavy damage, and Flog still sits there. The first smoke grenade will go down, though. He'll miss that. He'll be unhappy with that throw, obviously trying to get through that little hole in the wall into Armory, where you can see Tense is standing. Had it landed in there, it almost surely would have killed him, as he would have had no way to escape. Time ticking away now as we are halfway through the round. There's a fadeaway shot from Flick as they're going to look to open up the attic as Tryhard stands there and will now need to move himself. Flick will take aim out as aim tries to push, and Tryhard now falling to Escobar. That'll be Escobar's first kill of the game. Spark in very precarious position as NightForce has a numbers advantage of 1 minute left. This is going to need to be a big hold from Powerhouse, or we'll see the trend continue. Flog will take Flick down, and it will be tied 3 apiece, with both Spark and Tense at very low health, leaving only 2 members of each team at full standing. Tense still hold down inside of that Armory. Sizzle with the stim pistol, if he can get to Spark, can give her a bit of life and a breath of fresh air. She's looking to flank around and hopefully pick one up that sits inside of that bridge. Flog will take Alpha down, and Escobar being on the other side of that, not wise for her to push. Escobar cannot get inside, and Spark sees the diffuser down. She just needs to wait. Escobar will get in and now will look to run behind Spark. Spark will see them. Flog with that sliver of health now takes down Tense, and that will leave just Escobar. He'll see Flog through that little hallway, and as he gets in, he will get gunned down by Spark, and for the first time this game, we will see the defenders win a round. Powerhouse will take round number 6 and be 1 round away from winning their second match and eliminating NightForce from the winner's bracket of the Siege Contender Series. Could we see 2 defensive wins in a row? We will need to, or this match will be over. So NightForce will need to do something they haven't been able to do so far on Oregon, and that is win a round on defense. They will go upstairs to kids' dorms and dorms main hall, which is where they tried in the 3rd round. Were unsuccessful. The scoreboard for you just as we watch the defenders set up. Right now, Tryhard leading his team. Aim, who started off extremely strong, has cooled off, as well as Sizzle, though Flog has heated up at the right time. Flick, 1 kill away from making double digits. The rest of his team sitting between 2 and 4. Defense, operators that we've all seen before. A Jaeger, a Valkyrie, a Smoke, a Mira, and a Pulse. The only thing that could potentially come in their way is that they only have 4 barbed wire. I take that back. They only have 2 barbed wire. The only member of their team that has barbed wire at the moment is Jaeger. You have the Nitro Cell of Tense, you have the Nitro Cell of Omega, you have the Nitro Cell of Escobar, and you have the Impact Grenades of Flick. So that will leave just Alpha as the sole barbed wire for his team. There's 4 words in Rainbow Six Siege that are universally held by every single member of every single team. Barbed wire wins games. 4 words. Heading in with 2, not exactly something you need. And a lot of speed as well for this team. 2 2-speed operators, 2 3-speed operators. Blackbeard is a 1-speed operator with that rifle shield on. Alpha gets spotted by the Twitch drone, manages to take it down though, but he's sitting on the other side of a wall that AIM is currently peeking. I don't know if he knows that the Blackbeard is hanging there. I think he does, as you can hear the ping, as he will turn his back at the last second after getting flushed out by a smart play by Ash, and AIM will pick up a kill for Powerhouse. That will move them within 4 casualties, or 4 kills away from winning the game, and put NightForce down 1 as they look to hang on.
Bomb diffuser has
Destiny Awakens UO. First time I'm seeing your name as well. Welcome to the broadcast. With a possible elimination looming on the horizon, both teams are going to play very cautiously and very smart. Nobody wants to make any mistakes. And speaking of mistakes, Omega will drop Flog, and with AIM down now, that will be another kill in favor of NightForce. Big plays from them there to now take a numbers advantage of 1. With 1 minute and 10 seconds left, 1 more defender than an attacker. Good position for NightForce. Tense will take out Tryhard, and this will favor NightForce even more. That will leave it all on Spark and Sizzle at the moment to carry the load. And they will need to do their best. Sizzle has shown plays that he is capable of taking out a couple in very quick succession. He will need to heat up now, just like he did on Chalet, when he finished the round off with an ace, and finished the game off with an ace as well. 45 seconds, though, for Spark and him to make a play for Powerhouse and win them the round. If not, we will go to 4-3, and Powerhouse will go back to defense. We will actually see 2 defensive wins in a row. The ADS will eat that grenade. Unfortunate for him as Flick sits right around that corner. In a pure DPS fight, he will likely lose that. I take that back. Sizzle, though, dropping Flick, and that will move them within 1 of a numbers advantage. Spark will take out Tense, and that will leave just 2. They take out that last shot there. He'll look to try to take Valk down. They'll need to grab that diffuser right now, and unfortunately for him, Omega in great position to just watch it. He grabs the diffuser. He'll need to get in to make the plant. He misses Omega, and as Sizzle falls, so too does Spark. Great round from NightForce as they win their first defensive round. They keep themselves alive by a score of 4-3. We will go to round number 8 and see if Powerhouse can finish the deal, or if we are going to go to overtime for the first time tonight. I can imagine both teams are going to be going full sweat in this set of circumstances, and you can see just that. AIM will move to his comfort pick of Pulse, Spark playing Bandit, Tryhard playing Mira, Smoke for Flog, and Sizzle for Rook. 3 of them busting out their mains on defense. No experimentation needed. This is do or die for NightForce, who will go with a Capitao, who we will see emerge for time number 1. In this game. We haven't seen him in either games. In fact, it's been a while to see a Capitao. I've only actually seen 1 Capitao in all the games we played in the last 24 hours. Only 1 Capitao pick, which was on Chalet, and ended up working out. But for the attackers alongside that Capitao, almost a pure DLC lineup with the exception of Twitch. We see a Twitch, a Hibana, a Capitao, a Blackbeard, and a Buck.
10 seconds to go.
Now, Powerhouse has unsuccessfully defended this round twice. I wonder what they're going to do to change their strategy up. The pushes by NightForce have been great. In fact, the first time NightForce took this, they didn't lose a single life, 0 casualties. The second time they did it, if it wasn't for Sizzle's play right at the end, it would have ended up exactly the same. Though Sizzle was able to grab 3 kills, only leave 2 members of NightForce alive. NightForce still prevailed. Sadistic Monk asks who won the first map. First map was won by Powerhouse by a score of 5-2, or sorry, 5-1 on Chalet. What a throw by AIM there, and the team captain of NightForce will be the first to fall as a lob of that C4 goes out the window, and with it, Alpha. Now AIM will grab 2 here, C2 on his heartbeat sensor. Doesn't know who they are. He will unwittingly have Escobar in his sights. Tense will move into garage now closing in on the defenders. The real question mark is going to be they're bringing out a Capitao when they are on the verge of elimination. That's a very bold pick for them to do. Very interesting pick for them to do. I want to see how it plays in and if they actually have a Capitao strategy. Spark being chased down by Omega here, though, and if she runs out at the wrong time, that will be an easy pick for Omega. A shock drone of Escobar goes down. They are taking their time with 1 minute and 20 seconds into the round. Almost halfway through.
See you on the other side.
Tense will take Spark down, and we will now see an even 4-4. Spark put in a bad position there. She really needed to get herself down to the basement. Unfortunately, too many of NightForce were able to close in on her. That is exactly textbook on how you take out a roamer. The hatch blown upstairs. Capitao will get spotted on... Capitao will get spotted on that camera, and just as that happens, the C4 of Tryhard comes out. Both kills from Powerhouse so far have been through those nitro cells. Ames pulse waits patiently. Flick with the diffuser, he is going to be the real question mark. Is he going to be able to get down in time? That Blackbeard shield gets spotted through that mirror hatch, and now he'll need to pull up as Escobar gets dropped by Aim. Only Flick and Tense alive on attack. We might see 3 defensive wins in a row. Aim sitting around that corner will get outranged by the rifle of Hibana, along with Tense watching that angle. This will be a death trap for Aim if he does choose to push, but he just sits and waits. As you can hear, both of those hatches go in great synchronization. Tense daring Pulse to pick him, and as Tense moves around that hatch, Flick will watch his flank. This is great teamwork here by both members of NightForce. You'll hear that first smoke grenade go down as they have time on their side. One drops through the hatch. Sizzle sees Flick, takes him down. Great shot from Aim, and the last one left is Tense. He will run in and look to get something out of it, but no. Flog will eliminate Tense, and Powerhouse will take game number 2, and NightForce eliminated from Siege Contender Series. Powerhouse will move on to face Questionable, and NightForce will await the loser of Tag and Bag and I Can't Sleep. Aim, another great carry job for his team, absolutely invaluable, and Flick, the top fragger of this game. Here's your scoreboard for both of these games here. Powerhouse by a score of 5-1 on Chalet and 5-3 on Oregon. That will be it for the matches tonight.